Hello everybody! Hello, hello! Welcome back everybody. I hope you're all doing well. Let's adjust volume a little bit. Hi everybody, let's see. Hi Kadia, hi Pills, hi PK. Hi Come Stranger. Hi King, let's party! do you just have a list of those? Hi Smoky Meadows, hi Simon. Let's see, I also see Zilla and Fahrenheit up there. Welcome. I hope everybody's hi doggo. I hope everybody has been having a good week thus far and staying cool. Phew. I'm a stray dog too. So we are going to attempt to finish up. I hope we get a vampire dwarf magician. I can't wait. So I have just a couple. I have an idea for this, but just a couple more people to finish up. I was thinking we probably could like safely eliminate you technically based on all of these. We're still missing one fact. I assume we might get that like endgame. We have to do Miss Murphy and Mr. Scarrett as the sort of last two people that we can do now, and then these three seem to be like endgame, point of no return kind of things. There were people we had to talk to. With Miss Murphy, I think we have to... Oh yeah, we have to do the scrying, but that requires us finding Fia, who I don't think we can see till the next hour. I mean, we can... That's probably safe. We can just wait till we can do these both in the next hour, and then Miss Mantovani. We don't have anything on the schedule for her. I don't think at this last junction they would totally lock people off. So I want to assume she's gonna show up somewhere. I mean, we go talk to Fia now? Or do we have to actually go to the well? Why don't we go find Fia? Hi Fahrenheit, welcome. I really enjoyed this game, so I'm sad about finishing it up, but I think we're almost there. But let's go talk to Fia quickly, and we'll see if we can trigger this here, or if we have to actually, like, go to the well, possibly. Hello.
Ah, Declan. Aren't you fierce good coming back to see me?
We can ask about some of these. I haven't done all the reflections because... Also discuss here. I was saving time, but we can also do that. I wonder if this will trigger it, or if we need some of them from the others. We can ask about these.
Do you think you'd be able to lead Miss Murphy in well scrying? It would do her good to see her daughter. But the Magdalene Laundry that took her child, they won't share any information.
I can think of no better cause. You tell Miss Murphy I'm ready whenever she is, and to meet me at the well.
Can't you teleport me? Okay, now
You are.
Now you better teleport me afterwards.
Come here now. Have you done this before, Alanav? No, miss. I've never... I didn't know it would really work. Does it?
Like that. I like that Mr. Varley's there.
It most certainly does. Come here and stand beside me. You'll want to look into the well and try and get your thoughts calm. Take all the time you need. Deep breaths. There. Now, I want you to think about your daughter. Do your best to picture her in your mind. Look at that. There you go. That's her? She has your eyes, does she not? She looks all right. Oh, she looks well. Oh, I was so worried.
Oh. Mr. Varley, you're looking a bit ominous back there.
I hope you'll get to see her again someday. But until then, I can show you how to do this for yourself too, you know. You... Really? I've no words. That'd be... Thank you. So much. It's no trouble at all, sweetheart.
Oh. You're ruining the mood. I love that child so much. She'd scarcely met her before they were separated. Separated in God's name. Did the Lord not die for our sins? Didn't even say anything. Was just standing there, menacingly.
It doesn't ease the hurt in my heart to see her, but it does with the guilt.
I'm gonna have to go leave in the rain and the dark.
I didn't know how heavy that was sitting on my soul. Now that I know she's okay, I think I can rest.
Why don't you take some time, Miss Murphy, and rest? I think we can handle the seance without you.
Okay, there we go.
If you're sure, sir. I do feel weary from all this.
Mystery solved. Miss Murphy will no longer be attending the seance. Miss Murphy was able to use use well scrying to see her child and will continue her studies in magic under Miss Callahan. Oh. One more. Dirty laundry, mystery solved, Miss Murphy. That was the achievement. Aren't these normally voiced? I was like, oh, well, I suppose we can talk to them while we're all gathered here. No, I have to leave on my own. I want to be like down and around, but I guess either way goes. Hello. Although we'll still have to return for the actual seance. Oh, you hadn't seen teleporting Watson before? How old is that video? It has to be pretty old now. I feel like that's been referenced forever, because it's an old game too. Okay, let's do that hypothesis. But inside... Sherlock Holmes versus Arsène Lupin. We can try. I'm sad I never got the game to work properly. just could not get it. I just could not get it to run. Back. Okay, hold on. So here's the thought. They want to return to Tir Nanog. What if? I know what happened here. Okay, so where I was confused was because it talked about them being like separated from the two worlds. So I thought it wanted to return to like the main world, not Tir Nanog, but that was my but I guess it makes more sense that Liu is trapped here since we've seen him.
A god lives here. Or is trapped here, perhaps.
Part of the problem with playing the games, like, maybe like a week in between them, is I can't stay quite on top of all the facts.
And he wants to return home. To Tir Nanog. Through a portal located somewhere on the Manor's grounds. Has the Séance awoken it? Or is it stopping him from leaving? Or are the two events linked at all? The Tuatha Dé Danann. They fought the Milesians and were tricked underground by them. Are the disappearances of Miss Dean and Mr. O'Finn related to their ancestry?
The haunting, the god Guinu, is trapped at the manor and wants to leave. And the achievement is Ghost Hunter. Okay. Look at us go. We'll have to do Blake residence. We'll get there. Game ends with you fighting a god. Well, we have like the Aeon killing sigil. That's freeing its soul. I mean, I guess it makes sense. It's all come down to this. Yay! Congrats! That's very good. Hi there. Welcome. So, our final... Mr. Scarrett is we need... Yeah, Mr. Scarrett's reading. I think we need Miss Montavani. I don't think he'll be able to tell us much. Or maybe. He's here, I think. I still don't totally grasp what's going on with him. Hello. Good day.
We meet again, Mr. Ward.
We can ask. I drew some tarot cards for myself, but I cannot make out the meaning. And you want my help? Naturally, of course. Tell me then, what cards did you draw? Is this... I feel like... I mean, I don't know what the chances are to get three of the same, like, these three cards specifically out of a whole tarot deck, but... I don't know if he'll notice. And you wanted my help? Naturally, of course. Tell me then, what cards did you draw? The Hanged Man, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Death card. Is that good? By Jove! I've had a similar spread myself recently. He's fine with it. And the message is clear. The cards are saying there is an important moment in our futures, one in which we can greatly influence things to come, but at some great cost to ourselves. Great cost? Is that what the Death card implies? The cost of one's life? Well, it's not always that literal, but certainly one interpretation, yes. Will we make that sacrifice when the time comes? That's hard to know, but speaking for myself, I intend to.
Good day, Mrs. Scarrett.
Good day.
Hold on, I need to, like, look at that. Mr. Scarrett is willing to make the ultimate sacrifice to achieve his goals. So his whole thing is, he You're scared to reading. Do we have to also... Maybe we still have to ask Miss Mantovani as well. Can we ask about that? Just the dagger. Are you ready for the end, Mr. Scarrett? Had a few glasses, have you, Mr. Ward? Ready to set the world's wrongs to right, huh? It's quite alright. Doesn't bother me. I've had to face up to it, of course. I'm not getting any younger. It's absolutely terrified me, of course. Death. Whoever is ready. Really ready? Well, I suppose I am. Now. I spent a fortune looking for ways out, mundane or magical. Sadly, not something money can buy. In the pursuit of a spell, amulet, or ointment to buy myself more time, I met one of the other guests who is now here, Miss Evelyn Dean. We talked, she listened to me, gave me readings, helped me realize what I was scared of. She convinced me that I didn't have to be scared anymore. She showed me a path to controlling the fear. So, yes, thanks to her, I'm ready for the end. Okay. Ready to face. He's ready for his end. I mean, he has a big thing about the seance in his... seeks to secure his legacy. And that's why he's, like, interested in the seance. And if he wants a legacy by... He talked about how the... Like, this is, like, a world-changing opportunity, so... Just make sure these are correct. Mr. Scared's goal is to... be immortalized, is to... take his own life and be immortalized as the first ghost to speak from beyond the grave. How about that? How about that? But Mr. Scarrett, you have so much to live for. I don't even think you've met your Kamiyoshi yet. What if? I know what happened here.
Mr. Scarrett is planning on killing himself during the seance, so that he will be a nearby and willing ghost, letting him be the one that communicates with the living. He thinks doing this will make him famous in death. I need to find and confront him about this.
Please! You haven't heard Hoshimachi Suisei sing Stellar Stellar in the first take yet.
We meet again, Mr. Ward.
Your goal is to take your own life and be immortalized as the first ghost to speak from beyond the grave.
And what a plan, yes? People across the globe and the ages will know this moment, this piercing of the veil, and with it, they will know the name Michael Scarrett. Impressive, eh?
Frankly, Mr. Scarrett, it turns my stomach.
What?
That the best way you can think to see out your days is by ending them in the hope of impressing who exactly?
Yeah, most people aren't even gonna believe this, honestly.
The others here at the event. Businessmen back home. Or historians in the future. Such a pointless sacrifice. And you don't even know if it will work.
I believe it will work. Miss Mantovani can pull it off.
Perhaps she can. And she'll get all the accolades for it too. You know Louis Pasteur for his vaccines. Or Joseph Lister for his antiseptic sprays. But not the people these were tested on. Even if this works, a substantial if, given the undertaking and the volume of ghosts already present in this god-forsaken manor, then it will be Miss Mantovani who is remembered. You will be a footnote, subject number 1, as she continues to perform the ritual, unlocking more secrets from beyond the grave, and have no doubt she will do it again, perhaps immediately. You'll be nearly dead, unable to answer a single question beyond, has this worked? You'll be tossed back so they can catch a bigger fish. Some legacy.
No, that's not fair. I would have given everything, the ultimate sacrifice. They have to remember me, love me.
You could become a VTuber. That's another option.
There is nothing about this that anyone will love. Anyone who does dig into your story will only unearth your lifetime of failures.
Ooh.
And what would you have me do, Mr. Ward? You seem to have all of the answers. Yes, I am old. Yes, I have no legacy to speak of. How would you see me change that path, if not at the Séance? You answer me that, and I shall stand down. You have my word.
With his resources and connections, there has to be something more meaningful he can achieve with the time he has left. Something that will get the recognition he so craves, whether he deserves it or not. To do some real good in this world. Yeah, I wonder if the charitable works of the late Marchioness could offer some inspiration. Philanthropy. That's a perfect idea. Old money gentleman, so do we... Oh, we just have to bring it up? We don't have to, like... actually go find something? Yeah, you can, like, have a hospital named after yourself. Maybe, like, an orphanage, a school. I know she's your favorite VTuber idol. It's Kamiyoshi. Is it like Godoshi? Yeah, exactly.
We meet again.
I believe I know how you might assure your legacy, Mr. Scarrett. At least without...
If this is another dressing down, then I'd prefer it be less public.
It's fair enough.
Come, to my room.
I know about the tarot reading that you received, and I know how you interpreted it. But there is another way to interpret it. Instead of sacrificing your life, your remaining time, sacrifice your money. You have so much wealth, so many connections. You could really do some good with the time you have left.
Give me 1 sec. I forgot to silence my phone, and I just don't want that buzzing. Just 1 second. There we go.
Mary Blake. She undertook numerous charitable deeds and has statues erected for her. And more than that, people speak fondly of her. She is remembered and loved. You have the resources to do the same. Don't throw your life away. Refocus it and do some good in this world. Finally.
Marchioness Blake's good reputation did reach as far as London, and was mourned even there as a result. You make a compelling case, Mr. Ward, but would people not see it as disingenuous?
I think that's up to you.
Genuine or not, you can make a much needed difference. And that will be celebrated. You will be celebrated. And perhaps along the way you'll find you actually enjoy the good work.
I suppose there has been a gap to be filled since her passing. Perhaps I can do something to help there. It is a better bet than death. All right, so I gave you my word, and I stand by it now. When I return home, I will reach out to any foundations that suffered from the Marchioness's death and loss of funding. This could bloody well work, you know. Good chap.
Some of these characters are so funny. Hi, Helem.
Mr. Ward. You've given me a lot to think about. I should like some time alone with it.
Of course.
Mystery solved. Mr. Scarab will no longer be attending the seance. Mr. Scarab has decided upon a healthier way of building his legacy. The idea that he didn't even think about philanthropy. Oh, there we go. That's all the lights out. What does that mean for the seance, I wonder? Hopefully we didn't... Oh. The achievement is called History is Written by the Wealthy. Well, yeah, now I guess we're... I wonder if we can go, like, look at it. Oh. Gauge is empty and all the lights are off. When is the... Well, there we go. Everyone except the ones that we can't investigate, really, until we meet them. So, one thing... Actually, when was it? Silent dinner, 8 p.m. I guess we can do some of the reflections. We do have time. Wait, oops. I don't want lectern. Excuse me? And then wait, actually, I had another thought. There was one plot thread that we hadn't really... Where would it... I could ask Fia about some of these. There was a plot thread from a while back. Was drowned in retaliation for supposedly walling up some locals. That never... The, like, walling up of the... Never really came up, has it? I mean, that could just be something that's gonna come back now, but... Is there anyone else we can... Seeing... Ask about that. Hold up lovers. No one we can, like... Mysteries. Mistine's bedroom. Yeah, we can't really... There's no one to, like, ask about it. Well, maybe it will come back out. The one other thing, and again, this might just not happen until we do, like, the final investigation, is the people that are attending the seance all have some form of protection. And I don't believe we do. Let's do a little bit of talking while there's some people here. Tell me about Tir na Nog. Can you tell me about Tir na Nog? The home of the gods, Declan. And not just the gods, the fair folk, and our dead too. It's sort of underneath us, and it isn't, as is the way of such places. But there's enough that coming and going is possible through passageways, found at places of great power, once the day is dark. The caverns or cairns of important people. Significant ways under, down, and through. Lead haunting. Is there a portal here? That is important. What do you know about the name Goivnu? Smithing god, same as Breed. My understanding is his work focused more on war, weapons and armor, you see, whereas her work was more for daily tasks, horseshoes, tools, pots, and the like. And reflect for me.
Satisfied?
Oh good, this is voiced.
Oh, gods, no. The seance is still going ahead. Damage will still happen, but we've protected the well. And I think a rift between Rory and I is mended. Declan, I'm so proud of him. What a fool I was to be such a stick in the mud. I should have trusted his new ways, and in doing so, had faith in myself as a teacher. I guess one always worries they've not done enough to prepare their young'uns. But you have to let them fly, I suppose. And Rory, he soared.
Oh, this is the end of the game. We're heading there.
I'll let you.
You take care now, Declan, and don't forget to get a bite to eat into you. It's going to be a long day.
What did this? Like residence? That added something to like the haunting, but it didn't actually. Yeah. Oh, I guess we could have done this in a slightly different order, possibly. So we can still finish that otherwise.
Mr. Wolf.
Did you know that Miss Jean comes from powerful blood? I didn't, though I'd expect nothing less from a practitioner of her caliber. Blood counts for more than it should, I know, but magically, certainly, her seems unparalleled. Reflect for me, Dr. Callahan.
I think it's safe to say your methods worked.
Well, yes, but also no. We succeeded. Not through my methods, but through Fia's and mine. There is a lesson there for me. I was too focused on the future. But when we forget the past, we don't learn from it. And we repeat the mistakes of it. And we only got there because you stepped in. I'm grateful, of course, but also deeply ashamed that I might have let my duty to the land and its people down because of ego. So in all, I'm proud of what we achieved here. I'm proud of what it's taught me.
There's always room to grow.
And if you will do me the honor, I am proud to call you a friend.
The honor, Doctor, is all mine.
Oh.
I have to be on my way.
Be well.
Okay, and you... Well, it's pretty clear you're the culprit, at least. By this. Can we... And you're back away from us. And we're back to us. Is there nothing we can do? Oh, you're here. Thank goodness.
Yes, my child.
You get your reflection. Okay, so I think it was PK, right? PK looked up because I was talking about this voice actor understood the assignment, and is actually the writer of the game. And yeah, so clearly knew exactly what the assignment was.
Are you okay, Father?
My mission is not complete, but my part in it is over. What happens next is up to you. As for me, I have spent much of my life fighting the Demiurge's illusions. Whatever comes after this, trick or not, I intend to let myself enjoy it while I can.
Oh,
I'll take my leave.
Go with God, my child.
I'm hoping we do get the opportunity to use the god-killing sigil.
meeting you.
Oh, did we? Okay, we did your reflection. We gather you and Miss Dean had a falling out of sorts. Suppose that is a way to describe it. I do not make friends easily, Mr. Ward. I have a great deal of responsibilities, and I am left with little time for socializing. Evelyn came to me for help deciphering a grimoire, an ancient tome of spells, that being my specialty. I liked her. She was curious and sharp, and she was exciting to be around. Chaotic, which was a nice break from how ordered the rest of my life was. We fast became friends. Then one of her friends in the order showed up with the Sufi you had, or claimed to have, an original copy of the Picatrix, with annotations not copied into later editions. She had to see it, of course, and all she needed to do was steal some of my books as payment. And denounce me publicly, too. I still don't understand the why of that. It stopped me coming after her, I suppose. I couldn't, though. I was heartbroken. I washed my hands of it all and returned to my work. I would have been wiser to stick to my books in the first place.
Farewell.
That's fair. Miss Barbosa.
What do you think you'll do when the seance is over?
I have what I came for, and more. I only hope to learn my father's name, but to see him. And now I have the inheritance from quarantine? This is more than the fresh start I came here hoping for. And I like it here. I like knowing that I am in my father's homeland, and I have met some people that I might one day call friends. Forever? Who knows? This event has changed my world, and I need time to process all of that. But all that matters is right now, yes? And right now, I'm happy here. I have answers and a home. I cannot ask for more.
I have...
Sure.
And Mr. Blake, do you have anything else to add?
Ah, Mr. Ward. How can I help?
I think we might as well ask some of these while they're here, just in case, you know, there's evidence we'll need later. You never know. Let's see, am I winning? Yes, we're heading into endgame. I'm just tying up some loose ends, and then it will be time. When I arrived, I saw a woman washing something in the fountain. I have seen this woman. Though she is no woman, she is a specter. I see her across the manor. More now as this place fills and the hour draws near. Sometimes I think she is Mary, but no. An event like this must be a real boost for the hotel's income. One hopes, but this is about more than profit, Mr. Ward. Money unrecovered is still money well spent. Must be a great privilege to be the Marquess of Dune. It is. I cannot lie. The title means less nowadays. The family is smaller, the holding smaller still. It's my hope that turning the manor into a hotel and hosting this event will play their parts in reinvigorating the role before I pass it on to Walter. You look to be carrying the world upon your shoulders, Marquess. These last few years have not been easy, and that will all be in the past soon. A new day, a new chapter, is only hours away. What can you tell me about the strange device in the atrium? The gauge? It was built for this event. It is a measure of our collective psychic energy, a measure of how ready we are to pierce the veil, and thus a predictor of the seance's success. It was full when I arrived, but that is no longer the case. Will that impact things? I cannot say for certain, but a fuller reading will be preferable. I'm sure Miss Bantovani will overcome any obstacles she encounters, however. Well... fair enough.
If you'll excuse me.
Of course.
I mean, I'd like to see something cool happen. Do we have any evidence to ask you?
Mr. Ward,
Not really in particular.
good and to you.
Fool, we might get a fools. I was holding them back subversion. I would like that. Honestly, that does feel like where it could be. Okay, there are a few people in the ballroom. Well, there's people in the library. Let's look up there. But the people I can find easily will just do their reflections, and then I guess we can time travel. You're here.
Mr. Ward, you need to talk to me.
Reflection.
How are you feeling now?
I feel like myself again. Like when a cold has passed by. I am restored. But Sophis, what magic was that? How does something like that work?
I mean, it could be a new research topic, but sometimes you just have to let things go.
What did Wilhelmina get up to when she left here? Was it Nectar Nebo who had taken a hold of her body at the time? Or some Gin? And what damage have they done? I feel like these things may become my next obsession.
Careful. Okay.
I'll leave you be.
May Allah guide you.
I mean, if you're empathize with like having a research topic and being, oh, I just want to learn all about it or find out more.
Hello.
I hope you have some peace now.
You, sir, have no idea. My sight, my second sight, it's not quite back to me yet, but I don't need it to say how lucky I am. I know Victoria acted, well, she acted, and she made mistakes. As did I, in chasing a husband without discussing it with her. And what that could mean for us. I'm still coming to terms with it, I think. That someone so dear to me could break my trust. But I also know she wasn't entirely herself. And her haste bought my freedom too. I don't know what comes next for us, but that is a priceless gift. And Dara, dear sweet Dara, he trained me in the sight, you know. How to manage it, how to hide it from others. For him to be in this place when I needed him most, to have acted against Miss Dean and gotten us the key. And, of course, you, sir. You found the materials and returned them to us.
You're welcome.
You have given us a chance at a future together. And we will never forget that. Thank you.
And tell me about the wards. Those charms look to be crafted with a great deal of care, miss. Mr. Hunter's always been so good to me. We'll wear these for the rest of the event, even just to set his mind at ease.
I'll let you be, miss.
Take care, Mr. Ward. Hello?
Reflect for me.
How are you feeling now that the situation is resolved?
Of course, I am thrilled with the outcome, but I am less thrilled with my behavior.
It was a fairly desperate situation.
I could blame a lot of it on Miss Dean, or this house, maybe even just the time of year or the event itself.
You can. We know the house makes people do strange things.
But my training works against me here. I have to own my anger, frustration, and mistakes from this past week. I have some work to do to regain Ivy's trust. It's possible I never will. worth everything. So thank you.
Oh.
That's all.
Farewell.
Okay, let's wait 2 minutes. Want to save? Yes. I was just about to. Okay, they're still hanging around. I guess they're trying to... I really want to assume, like, they try and make people accessible. We have your reflection and drawing room as well. From, like, a design perspective as well. You don't want to... If people are doing, like, the desperate mad dash at the end... You don't want them to be locked out, which I was a bit worried with, like, trying to find Miss Mantovani, although we didn't end up meeting her. Kitchen, seeing old garden. Go to the bar. There was a... Yeah, I felt last stream was a little bit too much back and forth. I mean, it's not a huge environment, but... And you can probably, like... cut some of it down. I was just being... one careful one trying to... And then people would teleport and... Ah!
Mr. Ward. Do you
Collection.
mean to report me then? For murdering my husband?
I'm not a police officer. I have no legal obligation to do so.
What about a moral one?
I know what happened between you. Do you? I can see how you ended up where you did.
Mr. Ward, it would have taken a mystic to see where I was to end up. If there is any consolation in it, it is not something I would do again.
Good to know.
A haunting changes one's perspective on such things.
How about this then? A second chance. I will monitor the news where you live and only intervene if any husbands go mysteriously missing. Does that sound fair?
I don't know, sir. Mr. Baker from number 11 is an awful bore. If I need to listen to him talk about his bay trees one more time... I shouldn't joke, I know. It is fair, sir. Thank you for your kindness to me through all this.
I
That was all.
liked...
Good day, Mrs. Darcy.
Good day, Mr. Ward.
I like that for just a little characterization of Ward we got there.
You?
Can we... I guess we can't tell him what we've learned about Swevna.
Do you have much understanding of what your angel wants of you?
Not yet. Something physical, I know that. Whatever it wants of me, I need to be healed. I can feel my body recovering at an accelerated rate since pledging myself to it. I assume its intentions will become clear to me soon enough. But first, the Séance, then a visit to my mother. I have put her to worry for all too long. I need to assure her that what comes next is a divine quest, and so, safe. It's silly, but that will put her at ease. The only challenge will be getting her to believe me. It is, admittedly, something of a change of character.
Accelerated healing is like a superhero
Mr.
power.
O'Hara.
Don't let me keep you.
I need the sequel where he becomes a superhero. I need to see what becomes of him.
Hello again.
Oh yeah, tell me about the embroidered handkerchief. Mr. Doyle, what was the nature of your relationship with Miss Dean? Why do I get the feeling I should answer you straight on this? We knocked boots a few times. Started with her getting me to steal some wine from the bar and bring her to restricted areas. It ended about when her ex, Cattle, showed up. I guess she was embarrassed to be seen slumming it with the bellboy. She's been avoiding me since. No big deal, stuff like that happens all the time. Maybe don't say that to Mr. Marley.
Where will you go?
Everywhere, I hope. I was looking at France. We had a French couple come here once. They were really different. Didn't care what anyone else thought. But this week, I've met, well, in the loosest sense of it, people from so much further. Maybe I'll go to all their countries. Huh. Imagine they bumped into me. I wonder if they'd even know who I was.
I'll leave you be.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. I would like it if we get like some... I mean, I guess these reflections are enough, but some sort of epilogue slides, because then you could see like what happened if you failed or not. I'm still very curious. Okay, let's go to the drawing room. I'm still very curious because when we got the like game over, it said only 2 people survived, and I want to know who those 2 were. You're here. Okay, well that would have been good. That's good to know. That is good. I'm glad. I'm glad you weren't like, because Yana was worried she'd be in a room for the last few hours.
Hello again.
Yeah, what's your impression of Turnanog? Have you heard of Turnanog? I have. The old Irish otherworld serves as home to the gods, realm of the Fae, and sometimes an afterlife for mortal folk. It is both a geographical and ageographical that is said to be under Ireland, but also an island off to the southwest. Many stories exist of heroes sailing there on Imrams, voyages to rescind the physical rules of the sea. That's cool. I need to look that up. Do you know much about the god Guivnu? He's a smithing god, yes? I don't recall much about him. Okay.
Is she really laid to rest?
She is. Thanks be to Maman. And thanks to you and Mrs. Joyce, of course.
And that means... you will not see her again?
Not in this life, no. Why are you asking?
My brother. He is dead. Since coming here, I've learned he's still with me.
Unfinished business of his own, perhaps.
I want to believe he's going to protect
But
us.
how do I find out what it is and free him? Before he becomes trapped like your Laura.
That I do not know, Mr. Ward. But if Laura found a way to get you to free her, I'm sure your brother can too. Not at all.
Anything else we want to ask you?
Signor.
Okay, yeah, we do have the reflection.
I wish there was more I could do.
As do I, Signor. But it is how it is. I have pushed myself for so long. I was young when I left my family for a better life. And I found it. I enjoyed the finest things with the finest company. But for all my fame, I have little to show. And faced with the end, I finally realized what wealth I had at home. Like everyone in my position, I thought I would have more time. I thought I could go back, fix that, which I broke. What a cliche I have become. Maybe this is what the ghosts are trying to tell us, that our time is limited and we would do well to be more precious with it. One way or the other. I am soon to find out.
That's all.
Of course.
Dominus. I hope she gets a little bit of closure from all this. I mean, she's gonna be very important at the end, of course, but... Drawing room... I think we can probably summon Mr. Varley and do his reflection. We can peek in the ballroom as well. Oh, you're here anyway. Okay.
May I be?
What will you do now?
That all depends on what comes next. I do not know what to expect from this event, if anything. Perhaps we'll see an influx of guests and everything will be okay. But if not, there is money there to keep the place afloat and its occupants safe. Either way, I suspect we are all on to a holiday.
I need nothing.
Certainly.
We need your like ending to be like on the beach and when those like old-timey swimsuits. Let's pop into the... You're in your room, that's okay. Yeah, let's pop down to the kitchen. And then just because I'm keeping an eye on the time, then we will probably move forward. Riley's gonna dive into a big pile of gold like Scrooge McDuck. We can have... The epilogue can be the beach episode. I forgot how scary the music is down here. Okay, yeah, kitchens. Oh, there was the listen command, I hope. Okay, I am allowed to be here. Good, you're both here.
Good.
Hello, sir.
Oh yeah, you have news clippings, tell me. I found these old columns with the name circled, my name as it happens. You really put in the work to hire me. I have to ask why? You seem truly unnerved by this seance and all its guests. Why help Miss Dean? Truly, sir? I think I'm still trying to understand that for myself, even now. How much of her nature is hers? How much of it is the devil's whispers in her ears? How do I know if a woman deserves to die, detective? Some sinners are beyond redemption, sir, but I'm certain others can still be saved. I just have to pray that I'll know the difference between the forgivable and irredeemable.
How are you feeling now?
You know, something came over me when you threw that torch, sir. In that moment, I just knew that being there with you and Mr. Dupre, helping that poor girl was the right thing, the godly thing to do. All this magic, these strange faiths and secret societies, it's all still very new to me. I don't think I'll ever come around to accepting it all. But I can see now that it's not all wicked. Some are just another way of looking at the world. I don't understand or trust this magic, but my cousin in Dublin talks the same way about electricity. And I know that's just our world changing, and people with more schooling than I can make better sense of it all.
So, if magic is just another part of nature, then God must have put it there. And I won't be scared of anything the good Lord provides us.
I'll be off.
God bless.
Hey, and Miss Murphy.
So,
Do you think you'll meet Miss Callahan to scry again?
yes, definitely. She even said she'd be willing to keep teaching me what she knows. I'm so filled with thanks. I could see my little one anytime I'd like. And with magic, I might finally have some say in my own life now, sir. You arranged it all, didn't you? Thank you. You didn't have to.
No, don't mention it, miss. I'm glad I could help.
I'm just so glad to see my little girl again.
Oh.
I'll leave you be.
Oh, all right, sir.
I love the idea of like magic giving her the ability and also the confidence even to take control of her own life. Ooh, Mr. Hunter, let's check the stables. I don't know where you are. We've gotten most of them, really. Oh no, it's been an hour already. We gotta. I don't know how long Endgame's gonna be, but I don't want to take forever. Actually, which is the... I can get out to the stables from... Okay, that's East Tower. Check the stables, and then maybe Mr. Someone's in his room or something. I'm not gonna go super hunting down everybody. Just the... That might be locked. This is the... Yeah. Oh no, that works. The music reminded of the Friday the 13th movies. It is! Once it becomes like a safe place, I wouldn't mind if it became a bit nicer. Yeah, okay, you're not here. That's okay. Okay, so I think we'll find an hourglass. I don't know where the... Oh yeah, here we go. Let's make a save. And a quick save, and I think we are waiting till the silent dinner. Basically. And let me just double check which was that save. Yeah. Wait until the next hour. Bar closes. I mean, we can check the map if anybody... Oh! You're in the... dining room. But I'm generally not allowed in there. And check. Yeah. What am I supposed to do about that then? Sorry, monsieur. There we go, silent dinner time. Pretty important. I wonder if it's gonna force us. What are you doing back there? Make another save. Here we go.
Mr. Ward, will you be joining the silent dinner?
I will. 1 minute.
A reminder, sir, that the silent dinner is different to the other meals. Silent being the operative word here. No talking, please. Unless you'd like to upset our guests. And they're unnerved by staring, so none of that. Secondly, there will be no staff. We'll be having our own meal in the servants' hall. Though of course your food has already been prepared. Thirdly, I've been told to impress upon you that this is a deeply spiritual event. If you feel the need to leave, that's fine, but don't disturb anyone. That should be all, if you'll allow me to show you to your seat.
Oh! We did set a place for Amon.
Lord save me. I cannot get used to this. Laura? She returned for this, despite being freed.
Free meal.
Mrs. Lau's husband. Is that Mary Blake? Why is she facing away?
Huh. Interesting.
Alexander Quinn? Eamon?
There he is.
I did not think that you could actually could have actually. I suppose I shouldn't stare. Varley said it upsets them. Then, I suppose, all there is to do is eat.
Oh.
What is this? There is a key here. The note reads, Blake residence now. Mrs. Joyce, I assume. Perhaps it's a good time to investigate, since the Marquess and most of the guests appear to be here.
Thank you. I feel like as a guest, you would... as a ghost, you would be aware that staring probably comes with the territory. What are you doing back there? I wonder... I like the idea of being able to, like, maybe there's hints based on where people are at certain times. Thank you very much, King. I hope you feel better. I think we... Oh. Hope you feel better. Did this door right? There we go. I'll make a save here as well, just because it will say Blake residence. Annex. Okay, we have to run through it, but we did... Did open things up? Okay. No ominous silence. I haven't had to use detective vision in a while. Remember, we do have limited time here. Basement annex, entrance hall. Are you sure? There's less than 1 hour to the séance. Entering the Blake residence is the point of no return. Are you confident in the knowledge you have gained about the culprit and the suspects thus far? I feel like we're still missing a clue about the culprit, but I think we know who it is. Let me just make another, just in case save. Safety save, and then I guess we have, whoa. Oh, I don't know if it's turning up on stream, but this image is flashing. Ow. Looking at OBS, it doesn't look like that's being picked up. The CG is Z fighting. Okay, maybe it was then. Okay. Oh, what is going on here? In here? It's all boarded up. I love interface screw. Joyce was right. Things are not right here. It's like we only have 45 minutes. That's not a lot, but if maybe they are giving us enough time to investigate. Locked door. Okay, I'm gonna assume this is giving us time then. A defaced family portrait. Just a skull. Is this fresh? Locked door. It's locked and hasn't been opened in a while. I expect there's nothing I need from here. Just looking at the locked doors in general. I don't think this is a place for a child. But maybe a tiny vampire. Statues have been blindfolded. Elevator. Debris. What state of mind was he in? What state of mind is he in? Debris. It's sticky with alcoholic residue. Scattered papers. These papers, the scrawlings on them are largely indecipherable, and many pages are ruined from liquid being spilt on them. Gather mystics. Séance will channel their life energy. Psychic jolt. When the veil is at its thinnest. Open the portal. Wake the god from its sleep. Each letter S has been drawn over in red ink. Backed and covered Jonathan Blake. Nothing. More debris. Drafts of invites for a handful of participants. Only O'Finn, Dean, and Mantovani's names are here. They are kind of the most important. Ooh. Elevator. This must be to allow Walter Blake to move between floors. Another defaced family portrait. Wait, there's also the bottle. It's nearly empty. I was worried about needing to, like, if we only had 45 minutes, this, depending on the area. But I'm glad we get to take our time a little bit. Blake family portrait. Portrait of the Blake family. There's another one of these in the atrium, if I remember correctly. They look quite similar. Quite similar. But not exactly. Okay, locked. Locked a gate. So we'll see if we can find a key. Maybe some important books over there. Lab. Always a good place to find clues in a lab. Or puzzles. Okay, what do we have? Chalkboard. Looks like a sort of lineage map. It starts with 3 names from long ago. Aberfin, Amergin, and Aramon. Works its way down then to modern times. At the bottom, many names are struck out, but 2 are circled. Evelyn Finn and Donalo Finn. Evelyn Dean and Donalo Finn. The 3rd lineage has been erased. There may be not a descendant. Who is the 3rd bloodline? I mean, I guess like the 2... We might be the... I was assuming it might be us because we're... Oh, periodic table. Always good for a puzzle. Because also, like, words seem to be pretty skilled at all these things. The gate is sealed by 3 locks, each requiring the blood of the Milesian who locked it. Would be more interesting outcome than any one killer. I mean, it has to be set up properly. It was why I sort of look at mysteries. Like if it weren't something about this, I guess I'd feel like, unless it's like done very cleverly, I feel bad if this was all like not leading up to this. Investigate. And guess who? I mean, it's that or like Mr. Coventry is the only other person, really. Okay, tell me about the periodic table. Periodic table names, abbreviations, and details of the elements. Contains so much information it was lagging. Oh, see ya, Zilwa! And hi, Jack! Works on distilling power from blood. Schematics for the machine in the atrium. Seems to be measuring the collective psychic energy that will be available to harvest at the Séance. I shudder to think what that means. Perhaps that is why it is placed so centrally, though I cannot claim to understand how this device actually works. A note says, we need as much possible to wake him so we can use the blood to open the gate. Handwriting of a different style replies, we do not need everyone present, but the ritual will be unstable with less. It continues, if everyone attends, it will overload the conduits, but everything else will go more smoothly. Their demise would save us a task. Ooh. Drawings of some kind of vat, but I cannot tell its purpose. There are no notes, only dimensions. It's large, almost the size of a carriage. I scroll, and that's not being added to evidence. Phrenology bust. Oh no. Why is there a use option? Oh no. Scientific... It's not scientific. The top of its head is separated into many segments, each with letters on them. They seem to press N-words. Wonder why. Evidence. Oh no, there must be a code here. But which buttons and in which order? Oh, they are elements, it looks like. Okay, library. Books on magic and fringe sciences. A very different selection to the library in the hotel. Jars, records, financials, including land and other assets. Jars full of human organs and animals preserved in a strange fluid. Notes. Dilution of generations. A smear would not be enough to open the gate. Not a drop could be wasted to ensure success. Then a note. The blood must be fresh. They cannot perish before exsanguination. Bottles, an assortment of chemicals and poisons. Gotta have poisons. Scrolls. From the notes, these seem to be ancient scrolls of dark magic. Personal records of the Blakes, including various journals and other accounts over the years. Schematics for some kind of machine that harnesses lightning to some end. Esoteric book. This book seems to be part science, part occult. An attempt to marry the two? Okay, this looks fun. I can't begin to imagine what this represents. That's helpful. Whatever meaning this may have, it's lost on me. Okay, this is... I don't understand the text as a whole, but some parts of this grid have been circled. Yeah, let's write these down. $74, $50, $26. We can check the periodic table. For evidence. Sanguination is such a great word. Equipment. A range of scientific equipment, but I cannot make out the specifics of the experiment. If indeed these all relate to that one project. I want to see how this is all fitting together. When a proton and a neutron get married, they throw a particle. That's a good one. That was better than the penguin joke I had. What's a penguin's favorite ice cream? Pistachio. Oh wait, that took it away. 74 is W? That's a win. I think I saw that Fahrenheit, I'm sorry. 50... 53 is I. $26. That's so funny. That's a funny clue. This spells wife. The wife guy. We have to use the phrenology bust. Oh, how do we... Oh, can we only... How do these... Can we not? Oh, okay, we can rotate it. We gotta spell wife on the phrenology bust. Didn't realize we were doing a Phoenix Wright investigation. I don't think we had to do that before. Why the floorboard shaking? Oh, I've been waiting all game for this. Evidence, hidden door. Also check. Forgot. Secret room. Oh, is this a shrine to Mary Blake? I don't think I should touch anything in here. I'll probably look. Oh, nothing. Detective vision is failing me. Can't even detective vision in any of this. Locked. Still locked. Oh, I see a ghost over there. Hello. See here, Blake history. An account start stating that once he had taken the fort here, Edward Blake forced himself onto the chieftain's daughter. She bore him a son, thus was the Blake line carried on, intertwined with the people of this place. So Blake is the third bloodline. There's no record of what happened to her after the birth. The letter P has been scrawled across the page with red ink. Oh yeah, okay, what are our other letters? S and P. Oh dear. Seems that the Blake lineage, as far back as Edward Blake, the man who built this place and planted his family here. Looks like one branch of the family has been erased. I cannot make out any of the names, but this would be the cousins of the Marquess. Someone, a secret. You're holding a skull. Someone, can't look at that newspaper. A secret Blake. Where is the kids' room? There's a projector. Oh, lens caps. Projector puzzle. Let's see, books. Books on Irish mythology, magic, and the old ways. Sections on Turnanog have been circled. Right, we couldn't find the books. That's the land of eternal youth, the Irish afterlife. Scrawled across this, we will send that thing through the portal in exchange for Mary. The letter Y has been repeatedly circled in red ink. SPY. Has Blake been sleeping in here? Oh, I see that. It's a listing of all Blake family birth records, with all names marked off by 2. Jonathan Blake and Walter Blake. Across the page is scrawled, it must be. It's like, is he sacrificing himself? No, is he gonna sacrifice his son? There'll be something interesting in here. What's an old safe? Find the safe code. Is it just numbers? Yep. Okay. And what's going on with the projector? Simple projector with a lens cap still on, but doesn't have any slides. Remove lens cap. Need slides, just light. Am I missing something? Guess we need to find some slides. Perhaps, or is there... I mean, unless it's... Does it go up that high? I think so. No. Okay. Need a code. Unless it's the letters somehow. Just double check. You bought the version of Outer Wilds with the DLC. Indeed. Double checking we haven't... Oh, she's gone! Well, Given, let's try the... I don't wanna play the House of Leaves game. I'm happy to read about it. Playing it is like an extra level of scariness. Bankaito should be soon. Let's see if we have S. EY, spy. I don't know. One sec. What are like the letter numbers? I don't know those off the top of my head. Alphabet numbers. Let's just do that quickly. That would put it... S is 19... 16... Y is 25. You can try that. Although if there's locked safe, will it... link these to the safe. Yep, there we go. That should tell us. Oh, use. Left, right, left. $19. $16. I hear that extra click. Oh, did I do that? Left, right, left, right. Not it? My number's off. Let me double check. Five is Y. Are they in a different order? I thought that clicking sound was correct, but... Left. That's 19. 16. No? Hmm. Right, opposite directions, maybe? Okay. $19. $16. Is it a different order than we got them in? Because, like, that section was pretty linear. Try, like, backwards. Fuck, because, like, I'm spelling spy. 25. $16. Oops. That was me screwing up because we're not being the game today. I totally off base, or... Okay, let's try backwards again. 25. $16. Ah, sorry, I keep reading it backwards. 25. $16. $19. I assume the... Let's go back to the periodic. Are there elements that are directly related? Don't worry, we're not touching anything. Anything... Would it be wife again? I was wondering, but the numbers don't go high enough. Okay, here S is 16. He is 15. And is there... Y is 39. We go up that high? Okay, let's try this. Are you writing it down? Yes, I am. Hi, doggy. I guess... Oh! Unplugged my headphones. Careful. Okay. I'm using like a slightly different headphone cable right now. So she like walks under to sleep under the table. She will tend to like pull it out. Use? Okay, we can't go to... This will fit. I guess I should have assumed they wouldn't have made us go with outside the game cipher, but the simple letter to digit to numbers pretty well knows. Pretty clear one. Let's see. 16, 15, 39. There we go, okay. Back to the periodic table. A pile of projector slides. And what's the note? And this, a stone with a hole carved in the center. Why would this be in a safe? The note says, these hag stones will keep us safe during the seance. Make sure Walter has one. I may take one too. Okay, we have our protection item. Stars? Is there a pattern hidden among the stars? We'll adjust the dials and see if a solution will make itself clear. Oh, okay. Like, I don't know what I'm doing, but if I get a chime, I'll... I've seen this before, in my dreams. I wonder... This just the... dissolving one. This one doesn't have like the points exactly, but let me just draw it out in case we need to use it at some point. And we need to have it... We can't look in our notes, for instance. It is drawn. Your word, as it were. I didn't understand the term Kamiyoshi until my Frey dog appeared. Now it makes so much sense. Well, very good. Very good. I think my Frey dog is my Kamiyoshi. I mean, if someone were to ask, there's only one answer. remember how we want to do this one. Need to like... What on earth? What are you hiding, Marquess? This will take a minute. But we seem to be existing outside of time. I seem to be in an empty closet. Oh, let's look at the wall. Nursery. The wall has sealed itself up. There's no going back. Do we have a sock update? She's wearing them now. I've learned how she gets them off. Which does seem... Oh. Are these baby shoes never worn? Baby shoes never worn! Pairs of different sized children's shoes awaiting breaking in. Somebody is coming.
My boy. It is time.
It's gonna be an empty wheelchair.
I know this is hard for you. But think of your mother. Your sacrifice will bring her back to us. And bring you back to me. Your chair gone. Your voice restored. You will not be dead for long. I promise.
Sorry to interrupt, sirs. They're ready for you at the séance.
Yes, of course.
What on earth?
Oh, young master, you look so smart. His mother would be so proud.
She will be, yes. We had best get moving. Time, as they say, waits for no man.
The chair was empty.
Replace.
But both the Marquez and the housekeeper spoke as if it wasn't. Were they under another spell? Is Walter Blake even real? Oh, he must be. I've seen his portraits in the manor.
Did he die in the accident, or... I mean, but even the bay, they're all unbroken. Those are really tiny. Let's see. And just before, I found how my Frey dog gets the socks off. It's quite accidental. If she'll just like step on, she only gets the front ones off. She'll just like step on one of them accidentally and will very smoothly and cleanly pull her like leg out of it and just walk off. So she does not mean to. So I watched her do it, like, she stretched and, like, one paw was, like, on top of the other and she just, like, stretched and just pulled a sock off. Let's... Children's book. Stories about a little boy's adventures on the hunt for long-lost treasure. There's no indication if it's ever been opened. Yeah, so I like the idea that, like, the kid was a tiny vampire. But... sacrifice? You want to use the blood, but you don't exist. Have you, like, convinced other people? Or... okay, I mean, we'll have to see how this, like, pans out. He wears a child's shoe. Well, that's good to know. We're really sure that he was the culprit, certainly. That hasn't, like, added anything. But yeah, we did see him in the window. Toy soldier. Toy soldier in mint condition. I don't think it's ever been played with. Toy soldier never played with. Back in the box. Its springs are stiff with disuse. Children's book about a little girl who lives with her grandfather in the mountains. The pages are stuck together like it's brand new. Nothing of note. Pristine toys, strewn about as if they've been used, but absolutely pristine. Wheelbarrow. Spotless alphabet blocks arranged to spell the word God in a wheelbarrow that looks as good as new. I'm gonna say is that blocks spelling something out feels kind of classic. Dog on wheels. A little dog on wheels. No phrase in its leash, no paint off its wheels. No, not a little girl in the mountains who must solve the disappearance of her pet cat. That post makes me laugh every time. The meals are untouched and cold, but they are fresh and prepared earlier today, so the servants are in on it. They're like being controlled. Children's book, Tale of the Little White Rabbit and the Value of Being Kind. Collection of short stories for small children, each imparting a biblical lesson. Looks completely untouched, and yet it's lying on the floor as though it's just been read. I don't have a time limit here, I might as well. That tweet was satire, though I don't think the original was. Which is why it's had such longevity. Stuffed bear that looks as though it's never had the joy of being held. I thought we saw somebody through the window. A rocking horse. Its polish isn't even scratched. I think that's everything. Just a lot of unplayed toys. Entrance hall. Still the elevator. We still have to... Is that where we came in, or... I feel like Walter is being controlled. This lock now. Oh. That portrait, I wonder. Is it a forgery and that's why the culprit had to know how to paint? Well, he knows somebody has to paint. Jonathan Blake. He looks younger here and more content. There's a glint of something missing from his expression. Hunger, sorrow, I cannot tell. Mary Blake. Her expression is unhappy.
The young master is here, but... No. Wait. This paint is different. It's fresher. Newer. Somebody has added him to the picture and altered the mother's arms to hold him. He isn't real. He is a fabrication that the Marquess and the staff seem to believe is real. But why?
We have a hypothesis to complete. Jonathan Blake intends to blank his blank to blank his blank, but blank, what do we have? Walter Blake isn't, I think this last one, Walter Blake isn't real. Intends to sacrifice his son to resurrect his wife, but Walter Blake isn't real. What if? I know what happened here.
Walter Blake seems to be a shared hallucination between at least the staff and the Marquess. But the paintings of him, they are very real.
Somebody had to paint
He
them.
has been freshly painted in over original paintings. It's a very good forgery. I only realized when I knew to look for it.
Have a good night, King.
How can that be?
The culprit hired artist. The culprit is a skilled painter.
This level of replication, not just here, but in all the portraits, suggests the culprit is an expert artist. I have picked up another fact about the culprit. I wonder if there's anyone I could eliminate as a result. And if not, what investigating can I do to allow me to learn some useful facts about the suspects?
Walter Blake is not real. A skilled painter has been adding him to paintings. Walter Blake cannot be saved. The achievement is behind closed doors. Walter Blake is not a wee boy, but some form of mass hallucination that the Marquess and the staff are experiencing. Pinocchio is the achievement. Culprit. Fact uncovered Walter Blake. This ritual. Doesn't seem like anyone is going to survive. It's also my last chance to find and save Evelyn Dean. I need to get out there and stop it. Stop the ritual, stop the seance. Evidence, the ritual, seance. Mystery unlock the ritual. Walter Blake is not real. Jonathan Blake, let's... Okay, so stop the ritual is part of this. Anything been added? Stop. You are also a part of stop the ritual. The ritual. Stop the seance. Oddstone. Think where, let's save. We are... Seems like we are safe to leave then, given we have those commands. I'm glad we were given sort of infinite time there. All roads lead back to the hedge maze. But what is life, if not a giant maze of hedges? I lost track of time. The seance will be starting soon. I need to get to the hedge maze and put a stop to this before it's too late. Oh, nice music. Nice atmosphere. So time to look at the wheelchair. Walter's wheelchair. They wheeled it out this far, then abandoned it. What does Blake think is happening here?
The circle is sealed. We call now upon the spirits.
He's here! He's there! Looks like they've begun. We get to go running like, stop! There's an empty space here. There's a lot of empty spaces here. It's for me. Waiting for me. I shouldn't keep them waiting any longer. Okay, never mind. We're not stopping. We're just participating.
To come forth, be witnessed by us. Be age posco. Nego te recusare.
Good lord.
was it protecting us. I'm alive. I'm okay. But the others, I don't know. Apprehend the suspect. Séance disaster. Look.
Her body, it's been enveloped by a cold energy.
Mantovani lives. Ooh. That's good. Are we... Oh, okay. Oh, hello.
What are those things? Are they fey?
Can I say hi? Oh. But as a result of our actions, 20 of the people in the manor survived. They look cool. They look so cool. And this is a detective game. You have to interrogate everybody. You saw a little bit of like organ there. That was a bit more than I was expecting. Okay. Let's get the... Okay, it is leading there. Let's get the Fey evidence. Okay. Just in case. Now, I don't know if we're in a chase. Okay. I don't know which way we're... Oh, okay. Hello. Magic doorway.
The energy goes this way. But how? My head.
Speak your name to enter.
It wants the culprit's name. But who?
Ah, thankfully. Yay! I'm really glad we have to actually do this. Are you certain that Simon Coventry is the culprit? Yes.
Welcome, Simon.
I would like to see what happens if you get it wrong, however. I got an achievement for that. Accuse. Estate the mausoleum. Let's do a proper save. I'm so glad we actually got to actually, it made us actually have to say it. Hey, what can we learn? So we're got a little the culprit after all. Upper middle. We're gonna investigate this. I thought because he was confused, or he seemed confused, and also like no mementos, leaving all his money to Walter Blake. That's funny. I was thinking about, I've never actually done the like ask someone about someone else, but I don't think it was ever needed. I thought he might have been being controlled by Walter, and then we had the vampire thing. And the name mismatch, and he just seemed kind of disinterested, so I thought there was like some kind of brainwashing. But how about he's like the secret cousin and just doesn't really care about getting a story straight. A bed with research materials on it. Was Coventry sleeping down here before the event? Luggage? The tag says Miss Dean, so this is where it was brought. Pile of papers.
A collection of papers. A birth certificate. And a journal. It's the birth certificate of a Henry Blake, who seems to be the older cousin of Jonathan Blake, the actual heir to the title and lands here.
Yep.
His father died when he was still a young lad. Rather than pass the title and lands to Henry, an attempt was made on his life by Jonathan Blake's father. Henry's mother took him and fled. She died soon after, leaving him alone in the world. All he had were his father's notes, the notes that resulted in his death. Among them, the sigil. He spent much of his life studying the occult to make sense of the sigil.
Left-handed?
And eventually, much older, he returned to the manor. Armed with the understanding of the ground's secrets, he had adopted the identity of Simon Coventry, a man who had also recently lost his wife. Over this, he bonded with the Marquess, and used that to gain the access he needed to search the grounds. He found the chamber his father had died opening, and was able to get inside. That is where he discovered Guivenu, locked in a deep sleep. The god's dreams already coloured by the events happening around him. Coventry took advantage of this through prayer and something he calls his Shrine of Images. And Guivnu's dreams reshaped the minds of everyone around him into thinking there was a Walter Blake who's been crippled in the accident that killed his mother. Because to unlock the gate he needs Blake blood. It says here they are the last of the third Milesian bloodline. The Marquess will kill himself, thinking he both kills and frees his son. The god's dream can't force anyone to act outside of their interest. He couldn't be made to kill himself, but he could be tricked into doing it for the right reason. Then with Blake gone and the god freed, Coventry will ask for his reward, to have his youth returned. He will then take his place as the heir in the form of Walter Blake, the son with paintings, documents and mesmerized staff to vouch for him as the next in line to the title.
That's a lot. But just before we do the hypothesis, let's finish investigating. I was off about Ward being the third. I thought that's where it was going as well, because Ward seemingly skilled at magic anyway. Okay, we have a sigil. A sigil fell out of the pile. Looks like a photograph of Walter Blake, but the writing on the back says Henry Blake, 1836. That's what he was using as a reference. Here lies Norman Blake, dived in a cave-in under the church in 1834, where it says, buried as he lived alone, is scratched over frantically. Various paintings of Walter Blake that Coventry must have discarded for whatever mistakes he feared people would see through. The reference photograph has Henry Blake 1840 written on the back. That one's seen, and notes. Notes on the ritual I found under Miss Dean's bed. Mr. O'Finn's too. Some rough notes. O'Finn recognized me. After all these years, he was only a child when I visited his camp seeking their wisdom. Even my own flesh and blood didn't know me. In hindsight, I was probably memorable enough, a wealthy outsider coming to ask of their god. I shouldn't have panicked and attacked him though. That was risky. Ugh. But what if he outed me? Thankfully, I played in those catacombs as a lad and I know all their secrets. My back is in agony today for it. I've taken most of a bottle to ease the pain. By tonight, back troubles will be a future problem. This time, I'll take better care for my joints. Let us complete the hypothesis. Simon Contry's goal is to free a blank in order to assume the role of his blank, to inherit his blank, because his real identity is ousted heir Henry Blake. To free the entity, to inherit his ancestral home. There we go. Hello, Vitrian. Okay, Simon Coventry's goal is to free the entity in order to assume the role of his magical fabrication, Walter Blake, to inherit his ancestral home because his real identity is the ousted heir, Henry Blake. What if? I know what happened here.
Simon Coventry is really Henry Blake, ousted heir of the Blake title and fortunes. He has returned with the intent of using magic to reclaim what was taken from him. I need to stop him.
This is a fair one to confront about. Mystery solved. Who is Mr. Coventry? I understand now that Mr. Coventry is actually an heir to the Blake estate, Henry Blake. Family tree. Mystery solved. Simon Coventry. Oh! Okay, how... Let's see how we want to... Love it when a plan comes together. Oh! Like the weird lens thing we're doing. So the mausoleum door. I get into the church. Oh! There's more of them. They're closing in on the church. Okay, we can't enter the church. Oh. Oh. Yeah, what's... You, the Reverend. I was thinking you showed up and like had a voice and a sprite, but haven't done anything. And the church was a weirdly... I don't think there was like any evidence in it. The Reverend. He's been murdered. Dead Reverend. No! The Fae are inside the church. There's nowhere left to go. You had a voice and a sprite. You can't be murdered. The chamber. Certainly a ritual. Coventry, Henry Blake, he's praying to the entity. The smithing god, Weavenu. That Evelyn Dean. Let's do a quick look at evidence, if we can, in case there's anything we need for this final confrontation. Machinery. What are these vats?
It's Mr. O'Finn. He seems to still be alive. I can't see a way to open this and get him out.
Maybe we need to be stealthing.
Miss Dean, I need to find a way to get her out while she's still alive.
Oh.
Shh, shh. Now, Walter. No tears now. Not long to go. Mummy will be home soon. Thanks to you. A big, brave boy. This will only hurt a moment. Then Daddy will talk with the floating man and bring you and her back. Then we'll all be together again. One big, happy family. What are you doing here? I won't let you stop this.
We need to get through to him. Gonna use our interrogation powers to present a case. You cannot save your family. You've been tricked by Henry Blake, so he can take over your ancestral home. I feel like he's gonna maybe sacrifice himself or something for a different reason. This is brutal. Your son doesn't exist, and you can't bring your wife back. What if? Here goes nothing. You cannot save your family. You've been tricked by Henry Blake so he can take over your ancestral home.
Fooled? But I would have all I could ever. Who was restraining me? And where is my son? Where is my boy? He should be here, shouldn't he? No. I thought. No. I didn't. They were not my thoughts. Not at all. They were put there. There is no Walter. Just a cruel illusion. Oh, my boy. Taken from me. And Mary. My Mary. She is truly gone. Never coming back. Who would make a man think such things? Have such hope? You're right. I have been fooled. By a relation I did not even know existed. Fooled by the only real flesh and blood that I have.
Get off me, you fool!
How could you do this to me? You gave me hope. You gave me a son. Only to take them from me?
Some lucidity, is it? I am only doing to you what your grandfather did to me. I should have been the Marquess of Doon, and I will be. Islam, Jonathan. You will be nothing!
I'm taking you with me. Mystery solved. the Marquess could not be saved. Marquess Blake was determined to resurrect his wife at any cost, but he had been tricked into nearly sacrificing himself by the ousted heir Henry Blake posing as Simon Coventry. End of the line. Witness the end of the Blake lineage is the final, is that achievement. Painting, Coventry, Henry Blake's rather, painting of himself inserted into the family as Walter Blake, right in front of Goivnu, like a strange type of shrine. This must be how Coventry needed that idea to get into the god's mind, to keep it front and center in his thoughts so they would be present in his dreams. Which is how it infiltrated the mind of the staff and guests here, tricking everyone into believing the child was real. And how he clouded everyone's mind about Miss Dean's disappearances in her room, as well as the staff's mind as to their having met him before this event. A painting of Mary. Henry Blake wielded grief like a whip to a slave. The little toys. These look much older than the vats. Perhaps they are the original locks that the Milesians used to seal the gate. These stones. And then make a save here.
The Tuatha Danann and the Milesians faced off for the final time at the Battle of Tal'Teu. After much death, a truce was called. They agreed to halve the land between them. However, the Milesians tricked the gods by claiming the top half, so the Tuatha Danann went below ground through this here portal. We've stayed behind to build a lock for the portal that could only be opened again by him and the 3 Milesian leaders, using their blood. Once the portal was closed, he fell into a deep slumber, from which his dreams inspired those who lived here for millennia. Until war came to the land once again. Oliver Cromwell and his forces arrived, led in this region by Edward Blake. They killed those living here, the people Guivna had formed a bond with over the generations. Their blood seeped into this chamber and tainted his dreams. He felt alone and scared. He feels alone and scared still. He just wants to go home to his people.
Broken stone, intact stone, and dial. Broken pillar. Clearly it has sigil carved into it, but I cannot make it out now. Pillar with a sigil carved into it, but what is it for? And the dial. Well, our sigils are... I mean, we have open, we have close. So we have the, I mean, that we have the, like, the parentheses, so we know exactly what they do. It has the ability to kill a powerful otherworldly entity's body, thus freeing its soul. Miss Dean's note in her grimoire translated its name as release. There's only one option. I mean, we had to anyway for Father Sinot. These dials, they seem to be some kind of control panel. I should be able to arrange them in such a way to allow me to perform a sigil here. But what sigil? How... We need it to be at like... We need like a... Yeah, it needs to be able to go to the top. We need like a wide... Oh yeah, it does sort of... Looking at our options. Change dial. Like 3 at the top? Or can we do it like... Yeah. We do it like... Things happening. Okay, let's try and do the outside and then like go through the middle somehow. Gee, no, I don't think that's... Yeah, we need to like end at... It's gone. Supposed to be like the hardest one to figure out exactly. That'd be fun to like go end it with the middle, but okay. So if we like... I think we do have to be able to like go back down from one of these. Luna, I release you. God Killer and Shut It Down are the achievements. Mystery solve the ritual. Come with me if you want to live, save Mr. O'Finn. The ritual. I've stopped the ritual. Breaking the circle. Mystery solved. Can I stop the ritual?
So...
This is where the man who saved my life spends his time.
You'll join me.
Yes. I think at the very least, I will give you a drink.
And then a hero comes along, save Miss Dean.
Freed from the vase's curse, Miss Hisham became obsessed with seeking out other cursed items hidden across the globe.
We do get ending slides. Good ending.
Miss Montevani used her last remaining weeks to return to her family and deliver her parcel herself. She died soon after, surrounded by loved ones. She was happy.
Mr. O'Mara's angel led him deep into the unknown parts of the world. I never learned in search of what. With the curse lifted, Miss Quinn was free to raise her siblings in safety. She supported them only by her earnings as a poet. Mrs. Darcy disposed of her husband's ghost on her route home. She later turned the events of the manor into the acclaimed horror novel, Eldritch House. Mr. Hunter left the manor and spent his remaining years breeding champion horses for the MacLeod family. Mr. Doyle left Ireland to see the world. Free from his obligation, Mr. Dupre returned to New Orleans. With a newly opened mind, Mrs. Joyce accompanied him to the New World.
Oh.
Mr. Toussaint shared his account of the Séance with his societal fellows, after which it was agreed he should spearhead a new department of supernatural investigations. He also published a paper, thoroughly correcting every element that Mrs. Darcy had embellished in her novel. Miss Callahan finally retired and passed the role of Dree on the Dr. Callahan. Mrs. Erickson destroyed all remnants of her magical persona and started a new life away from all things supernatural.
With her family lands returned to her, along with the Quinn fortune, Miss Barbosa began a new life in Ireland.
Oh.
Mrs. Lau and Miss MacLeod retired to a cottage outside London. They never attended another mystical event.
The undoomed the Yuri.
Mr. O'Finn went deep into the forest and was never seen again. Miss Murphy continued the studies she began under Miss Dean and used that power to create a better life for herself.
Good for her.
With Miss Callahan's help, she was able to reunite with her daughter. Father Sid retired and spent his last few years exploring the forests of Ireland with his hound, Seamus.
Doggy.
Mr. Skerritt established the Skerritt Foundation, which set up schools and hospitals for the underprivileged. He is thought of fondly by those he helped.
Schools and, like I said, hospitals. I love the giants. He gets a giant statue, exactly what he wanted.
Mr. Varley used the treasure to purchase the manor. He turned it into a refuge for lost souls. He kept the name Blake Manor.
Looking it up, apparently the title of the novel Eldritch House was the game's working title. You know the kids climb the statue constantly. Absolutely. Detective Ward saved 22 out of 22 people. 37 out of 37 mysteries solved.
Do you think this will work?
I have no idea. But I have read her notes. She knew what she was doing. There's no harm in trying, right?
I'm not sure you can say that. Not after everything. But yes, let's do it.
Age posco, nego te recusare. Are you there?
Hello, brother.
The achievement, world's best detective. Solve all the mysteries. Oh. I am curious, how big is this team? Consultant art director, 2D art, 3 people, 3D art, 5 people, nickel art. Not huge QA either. Well done. The last little bit made me emotional. I'm gonna look up some of these. Because I think everybody did a fantastic job on the performances. Spooky pets! Sham is named after anyone? Rudy, Merlin, Dagda, Sally, Cyclops, Marika, Swell, Chloe, Luna, Daisy, Winston, Monty, Marshmallow, Lucha, Zach the puppy, Willow, Ambrose. Oh, spooky babies! Oh, I'm going too fast. Special thanks. Founded by the European Union. So cool that you can get like grants and such for that. I'm glad games can be made from that. I do wonder how else the narrative could have played out. I'm trying to... There was, when we got the bad ending... got the bad ending. It was like 2 people survived. I assume that was Mr. Coventry, but who's the other? Who would be the other survivor? So one sec, I want to Steam. Did we get? So we have 41 out of 45 achievements. Are there any unhidden one that we? Okay, there's 4 hidden achievements. So there's still stuff we didn't. Some of them might be like bad ending stuff, because I assume if you do the other sigils, like there's like close and there's like open. Which I assume wouldn't have worked as well, because open you're letting like everyone come back. All the Fae. And then close probably saves people, but Wivna can't return. And then there's options for how many people. Oh, have I discovered the Southeast Tower secret? No, I don't think so. What do I... Oh, this will probably just... Hitting continue will take me to my last save. Let's go back to,
He just...
Let's load... One of... Oh, you can load an earlier point in the save's timeline. This is cool. That is cool. That is very useful. Southeast Tower, I don't remember. We got the, like, there was the, like, hidden achievement in the catacombs. And then I can use this just to talk about, because I really enjoyed that. I was a little unsure, at first, just because you have this, like, time limit mechanic, and the idea of you can't examine everything. So Southeast Tower. And then, like, I think you get the initial... The very first mystery that you do... The thing is, Miss Eric's, I mean, besides finding out, you have the, like, little tutorial one, and then you have this extra tutorial one, where it teaches you, like, you have to hunt in people's rooms, etc. But this one was just sort of... so over... we didn't even do a reflection. So sort of over the top. It didn't really grab me, and I was like... Okay, we're just having a lot of, like... if this is what the cast is... The writing didn't really grab me there. But I was like, let's keep going. And then I sort of got a handle on the gameplay, and I think there was an interesting challenge that it was presenting, where you can't look at everything, you can't look at everything, you can't discuss everything, which is fine, which is also interesting because there is so much to discuss. That's interesting that this is discussable with. I did get options that were discussable with, and I don't think I ever, like, asked anybody about people necessarily. Yeah, there's your portrait. Observations. You have the sigil on you, was kind of neat. Let's see if we can find anything. Oh, that's something. What's this? Another pattern like in the dream? Same motif. It has the same sun motif above it. Above it, as was on the painting upstairs. Oh, I want to use. Use? How do we want to do this one? Diagonal. I want to go back around to that corner. Some of these just like don't. Where was I going? We'll just go like. Come on. Went like so that can like take us around. Oh yeah, the concept of ghost landfill, that's an incredible early line. But once that thinking, obviously I did one of these before. Take like the. I don't want to like take it back around. Sometimes these ones just inherently don't click. It reminds me of when I got the sliding block puzzle and I was so like, oh no. Let me get back to that corner. But then it was a pretty easy one. Thank goodness. Close. You'll need to make an extra. It's your typical Android phone password. I forgot that's how they work. Pretty cool way of doing a password. But I'd like to see more organic routes to bad ends, like wrongly supposing theories that mislead you. That would be cool. This is an interesting little bits of characterization, like I mean not just little bits, there's a good amount of character and I had fun with him. He could be quite silly. I love the idea that how quickly he turns and just believes in all the supernatural. start again. We're just getting thrown out of the manor because you're breaking into people's rooms. I think someone said you do get a bad end if you go in when someone's there, but I didn't run into that one particularly. But getting this extra... Okay, maybe actually we start... There we go. I don't... How is this possible? What is this place? I now ward... The air is rotted here. This is an unholy place. Oh. These look like bones. The skull, it appears to be huge. Is that a... No, it couldn't have been. My eyes are deceiving me. A hallucination caused by gas or mold in the air, perhaps. But then, how can I explain these flames? Ward, we've, like, done an exorcism and sealed a ghost in a ring and... Thankfully, I can't tell if these ever saw use. I know it can't account for all of this, but... Kid, it looks clean. Possibly held water? That is funny. What is... What in God's name was that? That hole wasn't there before. Not again. Another sigil here. Somebody must have sealed off this passage to this area somewhere after Percival walled it up. I forget how I did it. I forget how I did it. I feel like, didn't I start in the middle? Getting closer. Back there. I know this is exactly what everybody wanted me to see. Wanted to see from me. We do this. Again, we're left at... wanna actually... Oh yeah, I don't think we want to leave that. Still need to be able to... Why am I missing one line? There we go. This space is even worse than the first one. Another skeleton in pieces. Is this what you wanted me to find? Well, there we go. Walled up lovers. We seem to have taken them. Can we... bring them back? Place remains. Oh, they're together. Oh. Percival damned them to an eternity of torment. And for what? He knew their screams would go unheard. I pray they find the peace they deserve. May God have mercy on their souls. How long were they trapped here? How long can a soul linger, and why? I wonder. Amen. No, best not dwell on it. And true love never ends. Put the missing lovers together. Okay, that was nice, cause that did feel like a weird little missing piece. That goes with like Miss Steen's bedroom, right? Yeah, it was like, where... Didn't make those connections, but we just kind of moved on from it. Okay, thank you. Thank you for pointing that out. I was like, yeah, I was talking about it early in the stream. How did that all fit in together? But I can't imagine what went into, like, designing this game. Like, the amount of evidence and, like, things to talk about. Like, as I said, I never touched the, like, ask about somebody in specific, but there has to be dialogue for that as well. And a ton of stuff I didn't ask, because at first I was quite worried about the time, but of course we did have, like, an extra 2 hours pretty much. But I love everything about the like mystery design. None of them, I mean, none of like the main mysteries were like that difficult. But the way, I mean, I saw there was a whole bunch of like UI designers, user experience, but the way they laid these things out, because there's so many clues, obviously you're gonna get overwhelmed quite quickly. But it always, the fact that they added leads to everything, you could always go back and check them. And there are a couple times I got a little bit, not majorly stuck, but because the lead was just like investigate. There was the investigate the hedge maze, and what it wanted was for me to like check the library. Because the lead itself was still investigate the hedge maze, I kept wandering through. And the way like certain mysteries tied into each other. The little like ghost jump scare. There's a lot of like little things, but I think this is like the premier part of the game. And then I like the fight in particular because that was all about like establishing alibis, who did what. This one was some particular fun because like they might say they're doing something, but they didn't. You'd have to actually go and like double check with other people to figure it out. And then you have like the false connections. And of course, the whole design of figuring out the culprit. Slowly unlocking these facts and then like marking them X, and then it's like not just you have this clue, but you're given a hint of like what kind of things to ask for. I think I probably noticed way at the beginning. There was like you can look at all the wardrobes, and then it gave you an actual reason to check the shoes. Just the little things like when you know that they're Christian, oh, you can attend. Then on Sunday you can see is the Protestant service and the Catholic Mass, and you can use that to check. I really like that, and then filling this out, and even if you like didn't figure things out, I mean, I don't think it like super made it. I was a little confused when it says I wonder if I can rule people out. I don't think it was like super clear that if you solve their mystery it sort of rules them out, even though I think that was the case. So even if you're only left with Mr. Coventry and Mr. Blake, it is possible for you to like give the wrong one at the end, I think, and then you actually have to actually say it. It doesn't just like default to somebody, it makes you make the choice yourself. And these are all like interesting clues. The physical ones, they're non-mourning. And there's some nice like red herrings. There was the fact that Walter appeared in here, I thought was really that was totally, and particularly like some of these things, like the vampires, like what does that mean? The shared thoughts moment was really good. I do wish there was a bit more effort spent on ensuring new items are properly marked. There must be, yeah, that threw me off a few times during the game, where I think things were faded like I had, interacted, except there were new things, but it managed. I can't imagine like the amount of interactions, because a lot of Like, they probably, like, share IDs and things don't get updated properly. And then the one other bug that, like, actually threw me off, and I don't know how it's designed, but was when doing the hypotheses, the one time that the colors were wrong and I just couldn't figure it out because it just didn't make sense until I went in and back in, and you saw me continue to do that. I don't know if I was doing it quickly, so I don't actually notice if things properly changed. But that was a lot of fun. I mean, like, different ways. I mean, there's like physical puzzles they had to do. Nothing. I mean, those sigils sometimes took me some time, but I don't think anything was like too difficult. I don't know if the game did it before Return of the Obra Dinn, but the sort of like filling things out is just, or Golden Idol, but it is just a really good way of putting conclusions, keeping things open but also controlled enough for putting in the result of a mystery. It will always just be a solid way of doing it. But there was so much, and then like the individual stories were all pretty fun. I think in particular I could play Golden Idol. I still haven't played the second one, but I loved I'm sure I mentioned it before, but it has one of my favorite like oh moments that felt so good when it clicked. I think favorite characters, like Kettle, the whole thing. Well, his whole, I mean, we had fun with it, but being haunted by an angel is just a cool idea to add. I love the like mix of like different kinds of magic and supernatural. He was a fave. Mr. Dupre, big fave. Toussaint is too bad that he basically, I liked him really on. But he really just kind of faded from relevance, which was too bad, because it would be nice to have somebody you can like go back and forth and bounce off of. Maybe you could have done it more. I did see him pop up for people you could ask about. Like Shersha's little story and the conclusion. Like that Monsieur Dupre and Joyce is like how they fit together. Fia and Rory were both good, and there's a lot of, I really like Mr. Varley's performance. Oh, and the Father Synod has to be, and he came in clutch. I guess you can't get that ending if you don't have this, and I suppose unless you can find it elsewhere where you have to do this in particular. I'm glad it came, because I felt like his thing didn't really have a proper conclusion, so I'm glad this came back. And great little performance. Not that I call what I do voice acting, but I did have fun with him. And it was a bit timely, I suppose. I won't get into it, but having a game dealing with different people dealing with grief. Nothing was, I don't know what I'd like there wasn't like anything particularly like wrong or bad with the writing. But it didn't quite reach like the next level, and I just think about it because I feel like this is the Disco Elysium font. And I always think like when you put like the dialogue on the side, we have like sort of sidebar, which more and more games are using, that just feels like it comes from Disco, so I can't help but do that comparison. But it was solid for what it was, and it's like not a big team, and I can't imagine trying to like what it took figuring out this whole timetable. And I was kind of stressed on like the first day because I was like, I don't know if I can solve everything. But once everything starts coming together, and the fact that like running around doesn't take up time, and there's just enough guidance for it does tell you should do that, you should like investigate underground, and there were like good moments. I liked all the servants talking to each other. Like the cutscenes were solid for what they were, and I think everything like sort of really the art direction like really suited what they were going for. And like even if these aren't like 3D models, I think there's something very charming about the like rotating 2D look when they all like turn to you. And then like that aspect, but I'm curious about like the iterations for the user experience. I wonder if there are other ways to get the info you'd receive from various talks. I want to... There's some stuff like... For like one of the last things I was doing, which was like Mr. Scarrett's like tarot, my assumption was we'd have to talk to Miss Mantovani about it because she's like the tarot master. But then in the end it was he would just tell you about it. So I don't know if those are like two people we could ask for it. There's also some stuff with like you're given, if you do all the stuff with the servants, then Joyce says she'll give you the key at the silent dinner. I don't know what happens if you haven't done that. There's that, and there's a point early on when you like at one of the meals you can steal a key from someone. Yeah, like lunch, and I don't know. I guess you'd still be able to get into the room because you get like the master keys, but like that's a little choice, yeah. And I tried to return it, but we were never able to. But you do get the like other corridor keys. But overall, like I'm curious about the script because the amount of people you can ask, and like I just didn't. And there is a little bit of a challenge there if you just ask too many things, and like I don't know if it was intentionally or unintentionally, but like strange light where Ward just goes oh and leaves. I'll wait till later. I found kind of hysterical. Weird stealth section. It's kind of fun. There wasn't much consequence to it. Overall, really solid. I'll be interested what it's not like perfect, but I had a good time with it despite some misgivings. I don't know if I were to like trade trade somebody else. I don't think you could trade because you need like you want your like first like tutorial mystery to be something straightforward. And like maybe so I'm just thinking like you don't want to you want it to be a straightforward mystery, and I was like maybe it's good that it was kind of over the top. There's intrigue. But I didn't like that you just went confront and she just like admitted it. I didn't love that as the first mystery, but there was enough other stuff going on. But then like as the game opens up and you get a feel for it and you're just working through the rooms, finding the keys, bits and pieces. While also having these big like overall mysteries. And I like that the last section, I think the way things came together, I liked the like final mystery, the like final Walter Blake doesn't exist was cool. I wonder, I mean I made the like baby shoes never worn joke. I wonder if it would have been, because it wasn't like asking people, it would have been interesting if you could like figure that. I'm just comparing it to like that big oh moment I had in Golden Idol. If you know, you know. That's something you can figure out, I think, a lot earlier. And it does like make sure you've figured it out by a certain point. I wonder if you could have like made that like into that earlier on as well. Well, that could have been interesting. Yeah, I had a good time and definitely interested to see what the and just like the amount of research. I love how, I mean, not just the Celtic, which of course is not something I know the details of, but so many like approaches to magic, and the way they all fit together. So cool, so cool. Very, I would love for these devs to keep making mystery games. I would like even be interested in a sequel using the same mechanics. Even because I think because we got the achievement for like that reference their other games. But either way, I had a good time, and we will. I don't think I can stream for the rest of the week. Just busy. Got some other stuff going on, but I think what I want to do, as I talked about earlier, is like do some in-between stuff like Darkest Dungeon, Bankaitos. They'll just be tryouts. You're not streaming all of Bankaitos. Unless we decide to go for the longest speedrun award. And then that might take us into Anto 10 even. Hi Bromas. I'm sorry, I owe you a response. I'll get to that. Hello. But I am going to finish up here. But thank you all for joining me. I'm super appreciated that I have a chat and audience that's up for me just coming and finding some mystery game that people haven't heard of, and let me try it out. And I love just being able to like show off stuff, because I hadn't heard of this until like even a friend recommended it. But thank you all so much, and I will see you again soon. Thank you. Bye bye.